Good, Corey? All right. Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 307. Ooh, yeah. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Cast, joined by Mike Sanidi.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Nope.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
It's a bad week for news.
It's okay.
And if you guys are curious why Corey's grumpy, check out our spoiler cast for Stranger Things to find out why.
We felt we would start our night. We felt we would start our night with our spoiler cast, and I think it's just killed the movie cast vibe right now.
Corey's triggered. I can see it on his face.
I'm going to summarize for the listeners who
The
don't watch
biggest problem
the
is
spoiler
we
cast.
have to mention a certain movie in this too.
No, Corey's simply just in love with Barb. So if you guys, those who don't watch the spoiler cast, you know this now. So now we can move on.
Okay, that's enough.
All right, welcome listeners to 307. Wow, yeah. Please check out the spoiler cast for Stranger Things. It's there's a meltdown.
It could be one of our most eventful episodes ever.
Listen, guys. I'm here to kill Demogorgons and save barbers, and I'm all out of barbers.
Aren't we all?
Wouldn't that be more like you're all out of Demogorgons because you want to save Barb?
No, that's the problem.
Let's get into the box office. You'll never hear me say that again.
Oh my God, Tony! This is the kind of night we're running right now. This is like historic. Like, I'm glad we have recordings of this. Holy shit! And my computer's slowing down. All right. Yeah, box office. Don't Breathe took number 1, overthrowing Suicide Squad. So, yeah. Don't Breathe.
No, I will say, Suicide Squad had better legs than I anticipated. Like the first week drop off was bad, but after that it like evened out, which was very surprising.
Yeah, it's
projections now.
It did better in the fourth week than BBS did in its fourth week.
Yeah. 700 million now for this worldwide. That's what 100 million less than Batman vs Superman.
It's kind of sad, and that's without China.
Yeah, without China. Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah. It's
like a really sad.
Well, especially because the movie cost half the price. It was like half the price to make this movie. Mm-hmm. So that's almost half. I mean, it was probably
good.
Like
good for them, I guess.
That's great. I mean, you see this every now and again. I wish it was a better movie, personally, because I felt BVS is a better movie overall. But I'm glad it's done so well. I mean, the only thing that you can argue about this is it makes them not fix their shit.
I hope it motivates them because it's like, wow, we can make shit movies and make $700 million. Maybe if we make a good movie, we can make $1 billion.
Think about it, if they didn't have that drop off of 69%, if they had held, it would have done $800 million.
Well, yeah, or it wouldn't have held later in the other weeks as much too. Those could be the same people.
Yeah, did have better legs later.
But,
and in fact, Corey and I are going to see this tomorrow again.
Really?
It's $6, Tony. $6.
I hope
give me
you
$6 and I'll punch you in the.
It's free for me entirely. Actually,
Actually,
they should pay me back $2, right?
See another movie.
They better give me $2 credit for a popcorn.
Can't believe we went from Barb to Suicide Squad right away.
It was a hard.
What the fuck?
It was a hard. Oh yeah. Well,
those are linked in our minds forever now.
Yeah, Slipknot and Barb go hand in hand, and we're not talking Slipknot the band, listeners.
No, it can be confusing.
Yeah, it can be.
All right.
Mike was confused.
So what else did we get?
So we got Don't Breathe at number 1 at 26 million, Suicide Squad at 12.2, Kubo and the Two Strings at 7.8, which is only a good fall off for it. Fall off as in good, like it wasn't a big drop. Sausage Party and Mechanic Resurrection, which is the Jason Statham movie, tying essentially for the 4th and 5th spots. Everybody's mediocre this week. Don't Breathe is 26.4, which is a lot higher than I expected for that thing.
Yeah.
But, hey.
Horror movies always seem to do well for some reason. Like The Purge.
Moderately well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for what they are, my favorite phrase, for what it is, yes.
You guys have to watch Rick and Morty. They had an episode on The Purge. It was absolutely amazing. Rick and Morty is... Matt Groening works on that. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. I didn't know that. That's like his new project.
Yeah.
So, created Simpsons listeners for those. Listeners and viewers.
What is my purpose? You pass the butter. Oh, God.
It's a good show.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
That was. I'm now moving into that. But anyways, so there's your box office top 5. Opening this week is nothing. There's stuff, but who cares? The box office is dead until November.
So there's a chance, basically, Suicide Squad's gonna
retake.
Not retake, but I'm just saying that it's gonna make some more money again, and probably what they say. You said it was gonna be like 700.
Yeah, 700 million. I
mean, domestically, do you think that it could get to 300? So I mean, right now, I think it can. It's at like 287 before.
Yeah.
This week. Right?
I definitely think it could do that. I mean, you figure next week is a 50% drop off, or maybe even a little higher, maybe 6.5 million it brings in.
And even if they bring in 6, it's going to be at what, 93?
They'll make it. They're going to make it. They're going to make it.
And then it drops off another 50. Yeah, I think it can. Yeah.
It's going to make it. That's pretty impressive. Wow. Yeah, I mean that's awesome for them. I just wish that I wish that it wasn't as butchered, and I hope the studios learn from the backlash from this that they keep their hands off the fucking movie.
You know what my problem is? A lot of people are upset there's not that much Joker in it, and I don't really like this Joker anyway. I thought there was just enough. Yeah. And now we don't know if he even is going to exist anymore
because to mention that. So yeah, he came out saying like he was very, very.
He had a bitch fit.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So yeah, I mean, do you think that they're gonna get rid of him? I mean, I'm okay with this because the Joker, in my opinion, can be played by multiple people. I feel like the Joker.
Well, there are 3 in the comics right now.
Okay, but I think it works because it's like you've seen him in other animated shows, animated movies, and he's kind of drawn differently, and so I'm used to seeing so many different looks of the Joker that having him play like another person play him in the next movie, I'd be absolutely fine with this. Not to mention I agree with Mike and his styling I fucking hated, so I'd be okay with this. But what do you guys think?
Well, I think that he's going to probably come back.
Well,
we'll see.
Here's the thing:
he's going to be a Batman.
It was a pretty severe bitch fit he threw.
Yeah, and tying into this right now.
Yeah, he's also signed a contract though.
Yeah, but what did he sign this contract for?
He doesn't have to enjoy it.
How many movies?
Now, I don't know exactly the number. It's more than one. It's going to be like a Jennifer Lawrence situation where just come back and do the thing and not really care about it. And maybe he won't have to be. You have to deal with the freaking method acting that he does. Maybe that'll solve some stuff.
But okay, so we got Deathstroke revealed by Ben Affleck today in the Justice League movie.
I don't like it.
It's weird.
It's better than the Flash because armor works for Deathstroke. You know what I mean? But now we know why Slade Wilson can't be on Arrow, which has totally fucked Arrow. It really has.
It is trying up some feature news.
Sorry.
What?
Whoa.
Okay.
I clicked on something.
Okay.
Slade Wilson attacked.
But I mean, I don't mind the look as much as you, Corey, because he can have armor in my opinion.
Head looks huge. I thought that was like the Predator walking out there for a second.
Yeah.
But just weird. I'm not a fan of it.
Now he's.
I don't mind the armor mask and stuff like the mask could be like a little armory, but I don't like the suit. Like I said, it's like you in the Flash. He shouldn't have an armored suit like that.
Well,
he's supposed to be like a ninja.
He's reportedly playing the main villain in the solo Batman movie, so we're not going to get the Joker in the solo Batman movie.
You'll get a Joker. Apparently.
I'm with Jim. I don't mind Deathstroke having armor because he's not a metahuman.
Yeah. Most of the adaptations of him that I've seen, I mean, more recently are Injustice and
this is all Injustice
Arkham
styling, isn't it?
Injustice and Arkham Origins, both of which he was pretty well armored up in there. So,
yeah. Although, the Arkham and Injustice, everybody's armored. So,
yeah. So, I mean, I don't mind it either. I just think he's a kind of a strange choice for a solo Batman movie. He's not really a Batman villain. It's just recently.
Everybody's a Batman villain.
No, but just recently, they started to throw him into Batman stories. They don't have much of a history at all.
Didn't he get his start in Batman though?
I don't think so.
I thought he started.
I'm not sure.
Appearance-wise, he's never been a major villain. We had this conversation, I feel like last week, but he's never been a major villain. But now he's going to be the main villain of the Batman solo movie. That doesn't say the only villain, like Corey just said. The Joker could be in that. But how do you have the Joker and not be the main villain? Tony knows. It's absolutely. You don't do that. And you know how you have that? Is when you don't have a strong enough Joker.
It's like, I don't know. I feel like this would be if, like, Thanos had shown up in Guardians of the Galaxy and, like, did one thing and blew up something and just, like, left for the rest of the movie. You'd be like, what the fuck? Like, who does it? Like, what was the point?
Did you guys? You just reminded me of the Thor. I didn't even. The Thor thing you sent us today was hilarious.
Oh, I love that.
I'm surprised you kids know who he is.
Who's this weird, purple, weird-looking dude? Vision, yeah.
I'm surprised you know who this guy is.
And what do we have over here? It's Mjolnir with sunglasses, so the sun doesn't get us.
And look, he's carrying Thor.
He's carrying a mini-me.
That was a great sketch. If you haven't seen that, listeners and viewers, you can go to YouTube and how do you search for that? What's that? Like just what Thor's been up to?
Do Civil War Thor or something like that. Yeah.
And that'll come out. It's a great video.
His food's roasting in the sunlight. He's like, almost done. Smells delicious.
It's great.
Send a raven.
What was his roommate's name in the video?
Daniel.
Daniel. Like he's trying to vacuum the floor and Mjolnir's right on the floor and he can't move it.
I like how he gave Mjolnir like a bed.
Yeah. This is where Mjolnir is.
Taking a nap.
Yep. So I thought it was a great little sketch from Marvel on that one, but that was cool. Anyways, I don't know. Deathstroke being the main villain, again, doesn't instill a lot of confidence in me, but neither does anything in this universe that they've done. So...
Well, the one good thing about it is he could have, like, a realistic fight with Batman. Like, they're kind of similarly...
Oh, yeah.
Like,
they could have a nice battle, you're right. Because they're both not meta-humans. And
they could more or less do, like, the same things. They could strategize, they could have gadgets, they can, do actual martial arts. So it could be a good matchup if done well, but it is a little unconventional in my eyes to have him be the main villain for Batman in a movie.
Yeah.
Do we know who plays him?
There was a rumor. I don't know. They don't have who plays him yet, but I think there was a rumor going around a while back about. Who was it?
They should just get the guy that does it on Arrow.
Yeah. What was his name? I can't remember. It was good, But there was I can't remember who they got. I'm trying to quickly see it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to find it that quickly.
The guy in Don't Breathe would have been good.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Jesus.
Terra Nova. What's his
I hate when ads auto start playing. I don't know. Anyways, that's your Deathstroke news. Suicide Squad. Fox. Let's talk more about Deadpool. Remember Deadpool? How it had no budget?
Mm-hmm.
So... they refused to pay the writers to show up to film the movie, which is common practice, that the writers are there during the shooting because they wrote the movie and that's part of their pay. Fox refused to pay them. So Ryan Reynolds, out of his own money, paid them for that movie.
Wow, good guy Ryan Reynolds. Go you, man.
I thought he really wanted that movie to be, like, he put his, like, and that's why that movie was so good. Because he wanted it to be that good. You know what I mean? It's like, that's why, is it Bernthal? Is it the Punisher?
Bernthal?
Bernthal, yeah. Was so good because he wanted that character to be so... I mean, that's real passion about a character right there. Like, when... That is, like... That's awesome to see from an actor. It's, like, not about the money whatsoever, clearly. It's like, I want to play this guy. I want it to be successful. I want it to be great and enjoyable. And that's, I think, why that movie was so good. Mm-hmm. Like, this story coming out now just cements why. Also cements why Fox needs to start working with Marvel. But I think
that's getting further apart now.
I think it might be too. Mike might be right, but
if Deadpool wasn't such a success, I think it would be a surefire thing, kind of like how Sony, after they went bust with Amazing Spider-Man 2, is like, okay, Marvel, you win.
Yeah,
because I mean,
it might have been
Age of Apocalypse didn't do too well, right? I don't even remember.
But Deadpool kind of like, yeah, I didn't see that. Deadpool gave him hope.
I wanted to, but I didn't. Deadpool was big.
You saw Apocalypse?
Yep.
Did you talk about that?
I don't know if I mentioned it last week. Did I?
Probably not.
Well, I'll talk about it this week. But
did you see it recently?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into what we've been up to, Jim.
Well, I wanted to mention. Well, yeah, we can do that. We'll finish up with the other one. So I watched Age of Apocalypse. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it's just X-Men Apocalypse.
X-Men Apocalypse.
Close enough.
It's not really the Age of Apocalypse even. It's I really did not like Apocalypse in this movie. Like, I just didn't like him. You know what I mean? Like, it's not it's like he didn't really do anything.
He's Poe Dameron, so that's one thing. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's true, but like he just doesn't really do anything. Like he didn't really do anything. Like that's the best way to say it. Like it wasn't a very it was more about Magneto's struggle, and that's really what it was more about, right? I mean,
did you like that though? As a big Magneto fan.
Yeah,
Jim.
What's that?
I mean, I would say all these McAvoy, Fassbender movies have been about Xavier and Magneto.
Yeah, and this is the third one that does it. But like, you have a powerful mutant like Apocalypse, and they've taken their own liberties in this. They had Angel, who didn't really have a role and got turned into the Archangel right away, which was weird. That he suddenly had metal wings, and then it was weird also to have Nightcrawler show up because it's supposed to all be part of that old universe that doesn't make any sense to have Nightcrawler show up now. And I don't know. I felt like I thought the whole thing was a mess, and it was more of an attempt to really just move on to its own and not to make us think to forget about the older series, the other movies. But they keep telling us it's all part of the same universe. Like that's the problem now. Now you get into confusion. Because it's just like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you... Now you're recasting people...
I thought it was pretty obvious that it was kind of a new timeline.
Yeah, I guess, the same but...
universe. It's like the Star Trek thing. It seemed that's what they did with the whole last one.
I mean, obviously Apocalypse was not in the old timeline because that his impact, I guess. But everybody said that this was more of a way for them to reboot the series in this movie, and I didn't get that feeling. Like, I don't think it was any different than the other two movies. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was okay. It wasn't great. It was okay. So, that's really.
How was what's her name? Psylocke.
Oh, she was fucking terrible. I hate her. Like, what a terrible actress. Olivia Munn is terrible. Like, how does she get jobs? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
She's hot. That's it.
No.
That's why she gets a job.
As a normal woman, probably. But now she's in, like, actress world. Where there are, like, they can cast other people who can act and are attractive. Like, how does she get jobs? Because she's a fucking, like, she's supposed to be a nerd? No,
two
bullshit.
Jobs.
She doesn't know what the fuck she's
been in, like, two
about.
movies.
She's been in like,
a few movies, actually.
Yeah. She has been in a few movies. Just stuff like
I
dramas
know, like,
you haven't
this
seen.
And one of those stupid Magic Mike movies she was in, too.
And she was in a drama, like, where it was some baby, the triple couple thing that she was in. I forget what it was called, but she was in, like, some weird movies, but... she's terrible, and
she's not a legitimate actress.
No, the weakest part of the movie was her. I felt like she was stupid and tacked on, and like, if I could rant about her for about 35 minutes, I would do this. But I'm going to save you all and just tell you that she's fucking terrible. All right.
Was she worse than Jennifer Lawrence in the movie?
Yes, she was.
Wow, it's impressive.
And I didn't like Jennifer Lawrence in this movie, but.
Here's my problem with the post First Class X-Men movies. I mean, I like Days of Future Past, and I like First Class to a degree, but like I hate the focus on Xavier, Magneto, and Mystique. Like, I'm sorry, yes, Charles Xavier and Magneto were the people that started up like the X-Men universe and stuff like that.
It makes sense.
But they are not the X-Men. Like, the focus is the fucking X-Men, not Mystique.
No, but it makes sense that they're forming the X-Men in this. But why is Mystique here?
Well,
like,
why did it take 3 movies to do that shit?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why?
Mystique is there because Jennifer Lawrence got too damn famous, and it's brutal, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch this movie. I wanted to, but I never got around to it. But just watching the trailers, I'm just like, oh god, the Mystique show for no reason.
Yeah.
And is that what it is?
It is kind of. I mean, it's for some reason they look up to her like a freedom fighter, and it's just like, what has she really ever done?
The Hunger Games.
So
no,
that's what she's done.
Yeah. No, I mean in this movie, in this series.
I know.
Mystique herself.
That's it. That's what she's done to be important in this universe. That's why it sucks.
So, damn. So, all right, that's really all I need to talk about. I mean, it's not. There's nothing really else going on. I had a busy week, so weddings and stuff that I was in. So nothing was watched for me besides that, really. So, all right, Tony.
Nothing too much. I started the Star Wars Clone Wars 3D animated cartoon series.
Did you finish the movie at least? Get through that?
No, I didn't. I didn't even see the movie. I was like 4 episodes deep, and I'm like, I'm just gonna watch this, and I'll circle back to the movie. By this point, I don't think anything in the movies. I could be wrong. I just don't think anything in the movie's gonna.
I'd forgotten that Ahsoka's appearance is in there first, so that's where I messed up. But
well, the movie came out first, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not important.
Yeah. It's all right. Like so far, like I'm only like 5 or 6 episodes deep now. It does this weird balance of like parts of it I'm like, yeah, this is really good, and then other parts I'm just like, damn, this is a fucking kid show. And I know it's a kid show, but like it's really hard to get past some of the things, especially with the battle droids. They're just like, oh my god, you guys are so annoying. Like you are Jar Jar turned up to 11, but you get decapitated, so I guess it's okay, but you're a robot, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's my feelings on it. I mean, I'll stick with it just because you guys said it got really good.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay with it.
So,
so
I
coincidentally, I also started that this like last couple weeks. I got to like the 3rd or 4th episode. I don't even know that movie existed either.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel kind of the same way. It is getting a little better now. The stuff with Plo Koon or whatever his name is, who the guy I remember from Jedi Power Battles as the yellow lightsaber dude who looks like a scorpion face or something. Actually, he looks like Predator.
Yeah, he looks like Predator. What I forgot to mention was like, there's this one episode where R2-D2 goes missing, and then they give him like an R3 unit as a replacement. And Anakin is such a dick to this R3 unit the entire episode.
About that. Yeah.
Like I was like, damn, like R3, like I feel bad for you, but like obviously, you know, spoiler alert, it was like a spy droid unit. But I'm like, Anakin is so fucking hateful to this droid unit. It's like ridiculous. Like you are taking it out on this droid unit so bad. But that's all I wanted to say.
It's a better Anakin. It's a better Anakin.
Oh, yeah, definitely, 100%.
Anything else, Tony? Or is that good?
No, that's it.
Mike?
Like I said, I watched that, which you know, again, and yeah, the last episode of Stranger Things, which we talked about a lot on the spoiler cast. That's about it. So that's it for me.
Corey?
Well, it's all about the Stranger Things, so just listen to that. Basically, just needed to make sure I watched that this week so we could talk about it.
Yeah, and both of you guys, just quick overall impressions on here for the listeners and viewers.
Well, I really liked it. It's just interesting to like see. It's a mystery, really. Supernatural mystery is the best way I would describe it. And it comes together in a pretty satisfying way with just little plot holes, or not even plot holes, but like questionable things here and there. But overall, I'd give it like 8.5 or a 9 even.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that growing up in that time period and watching all the different, you know, stuff that this is, you know, being a just, you know, paying tribute to, really, you know, just brings you back to that time. And like, this is amazing, really great show, and I liked it a lot. And you can hear more about that on the spoiler cast, I guess.
Yep. All right. I think that's gonna do it for Moviecast episode 307. Listeners, if you have any comments or questions about this episode, write us podcast@allgeek.net. Follow us on Twitter. If you've watched Stranger Things, check out our spoiler cast this week. It's coming up. And yeah, tune in next week. Hope you enjoy it.
Just want to say, you know, a moment of silence for Gene Wilder.
Oh, Gene Wilder. Jesus, I almost forgot Gene Wilder.
That's what we were... Yeah.
Yes, I was waiting to do that at the end, too. Yeah, Gene Wilder, moment of silence real quick here, and then
For those of you that don't know who Gene Wilder is.
He was...
Willy Wonka?
Willy Wonka and
that was his
Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein.
Yeah,
Frankenstein.
I mean, him and Mel Brooks had a great run.
He
together.
had, even like him and Richard Pryor, like with Hear No Evil, See No Evil, the blind one, and I mean they had so many. He has so many great comedic roles. I mean, his most famous, obviously, Willy Wonka, but I mean, you can argue the Victor Frankenstein.
Yeah.
But
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the Blazing Saddles. He was in so many good, like you said, Mel Brooks movies. And then stuff just on his own. I mean, when I found that out today, I was like, oh my, I couldn't believe it. So he passed away, unfortunately, due to some complications with Alzheimer's. I guess he was battling that.
Yeah, they didn't tell anyone about that until now, that he had that. But he was 83.
83. So he lived a good life, but, so yeah, just a moment of silence here, and
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
I think that
moment of literal science.
It was a moment of silence. You got to give him a moment of silence on the episode. All right. I think that's going to wrap up the episode, listeners. So tune in next week, and thanks for listening.
Bartmans.